Hi guys, so we're back again with some more Mercs, and this time we're looking at the ISS faction. Guys, where are the ISS from?
They're from the middle of the Mediterranean.
Right.
Malta?
Their base of operations is actually under the water in the Ionian Sea.
It's certainly not Atlantis then.
No.
It's the first thing when we were talking about this earlier, just around the office. That's what Roman said to me. He said, "Oh, those are the Atlantean guys." It's all right. So yeah, but these guys have a variety of electrical weapons and various other cool stuff. In fact, let's have a look at them. The first guy up is the leader, and he's got one of my favorite things that I always look at in any game. Whenever I first see it, I always check out, what does a shield do in this game?
Yes, shields. In every game we play, it turns out that armor and shields are great.
It turns out shields are always an advantage.
Even if you only have a sharp bit of cucumber to attack them with, armor and shields are great.
That's it. If nothing else, I can at least bash you with a shield. Yeah. But it normally turns out that shields are such an advantage that you really want them. And this guy has one, and not only that, he has a machine pistol. One of my favorite other loadouts is pistols and shields. Pistols and shields. It's all over the place. But guys, tell us about the leader. What else does he get up to other than having a fantastic shield?
Well, you know, he's a leader, so his leadership's important to the entire squad. But certainly the combination of a machine pistol, which gives you a lot of damage potential in short range, and then the shield, which means he's pretty much a moving half-cover kind of figure. Very, very strong combination. You can plod him kind of up the field of battle with a little bit more security that he's going to make it. His one movement is a deterrent, but if with bounding he moves two, he's very, very solid all around. I'm going to lead this team, and he leads from the front for sure. I think he's a figure that a lot of people have to deal with. In general, ISS is a very hard squad to play, in my opinion. I designed him that way. But if you can figure them out, they're extremely potent. They're not really great at long range, and they're not really great at melee. But in that short to mid-range area, they are devastating. They can just put so much damage on multiple people so quickly that is very much a bull matador kind of a thing. You need to bring your opponent in and then lower the boom on them.
Yeah. Well, that's it. And when you get your opponent in there, of course, the next guy we have, the Heavy, has some ridiculously good weaponry to bring against them. He has the lightning thrower. No ordinary flamethrowers for these guys. No, they chuck lightning at you. It has a strange sort of template that's linked together. That links cards and stuff, but
it reminds me of a template of cheesiness. It reminds me of a template of devastating effect.
Yeah, it was good. We briefly tried out the ISS guys because let's face it, there's a leader with a shield. I had to have a go at that. So and we tried the Heavy. Of course, I was never really that good at getting the Heavy to actually work because everybody avoided it as soon as they read the card.
Right.
But guys, tell us, what would you recommend for a guy who's got a lightning thrower?
Well, keep him away from your other guys. The first time I played him, I was gonna take my shot, and it was pointed out to me that, hey, you're gonna nuke your own guys. And I was like, oh man. But yeah, I mean, again, it's a situation where if your opponent's guys are grouped up, they're gonna get punished because it's a strength 3 attack for the first, or for the guy that receives the impact, and then it bounces to the next guy, card linked away for strength 2, and then strength 1. So if you catch your opponents, clustered up, they're just going to do the job.
Yeah, very strong. Increased armor failure. Really an interesting character, and really works really well in conjunction with the Calypso, which I'm sure we'll talk about later.
Yes, the Calypso's coming up soon. But before that, we have the booster. Then the booster with a semi-automatic rifle and, of course, his adrenaline power. I don't know, compared to some of the other amazing stuff that there is across here, you read the booster and you go, oh, and I've got a booster as well.
Is the booster just the opposite, the medic, I take it?
I'm always amazed that the boosters always tend to be the people left out.
Yeah.
And I find them to be some of the most powerful figures in the game.
I left them out
Their
when I
ability
played.
to help another person hit easier
Yeah.
is unsurpassed. It's just that strong, and it helps them in reaction, so they'll go quicker. They won't fail courage checks as much, and it's easier for them to hit. It's just a strong, strong character. And
I mean, if you take a look at the face, it looks very familiar.
Wait a minute.
Is this a vanity project?
It's a vanity. Right, everybody leave him out of all your.
A vanity project.
That's it. We'll have no truck with vanity here.
I'm surprised he didn't have a little button that goes win on it.
That's it. This was your opportunity
Yeah.
to put win in.
Magic button, win.
Okay, so after the incredibly handsome booster, we'll then go on to see the sniper. The sniper has a pulse rifle and a pistol. Again, sniper does what snipers do, I suppose. But is this the only effective long-range shooting that these guys have, or?
Yeah, and even then, it's not really effective to do damage. It's really a move you out of cover kind of a thing. The fact that when this particular sniper shoots somebody, they are moved away from the spot they're in is very strong. I think this sniper, unlike some of the others, is very good approaching someone's flank, because if they can get a shot on someone across the board that moves them out of cover, the rest of your guys can take advantage of it. It's a decently strong character if you understand how the weapon works.
Yeah. So more control then, rather than laying down some damage.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to get into a height situation with this person, because if you're near an edge, she shoots you, you're
Knocks you
falling
off.
off that
Yeah.
building, you're taking additional damage based off of the elevation that you're on.
Yeah.
So
Don't want to be knocked off.
A couple people did that at Gen Con. You could see how good they felt when they shot a guy. And They didn't wound him, but he fell and took all this damage. And
Yeah.
like, yeah. So.
Fantastic. Okay, so next up then we have the Waverider. Oh, sorry, not say Waverider, Wavefinder. Sorry, who has a rifle and an auto turret. So they deploy the auto turrets, one would imagine.
Yep.
Yeah. I wanted an auto turret from the beginning of this game. Even before this game was a game, I was like, oh my gosh, we need automatic turrets. We need to have them, and we do. It's awesome.
And in this case, the auto turret is targetable, unlike the dog. It has health, and it only does one thing, which is an overwatch attack. And so you have to be familiar with advanced combat maneuvers, really, to play ISS, which is one of the reasons why they're a little bit more complicated. But the auto turret almost is like ISS has 7 people or 6 people out on the field at one time, because you pop that turret down and that turret receives all the bonuses that a regular figure would have.
Yeah.
Besides leadership, of course.
Would you keep the auto turret after a few turns to try and get closer to the opponent? Rather
Yeah,
than
I
just turn
definitely
one, throwing it down?
tend to pop the auto turret later in the game as opposed to sooner. I think it's very much a when is he going to put out that auto turret kind of deterrent.
Yeah. I tried to walk the Wavefinder behind the leader with a shield to get him up the field a bit more. Doesn't work very well, but still, it was worth a chance.
Well, yeah, the leader has 1 movement and the Wavefinder has 3. I mean, you're actually keeping
slow.
the Wavefinder there to be shot.
But slow and steady wins.
Slow and steady behind a big shield.
Yeah, well, or in this case, slow and steady sort of loses, but not as badly as possibly would have, but just run up the field. Okay, and finally then we have the Calypso, who has a trident and a siren's song.
Yes.
So, what exactly are we going to do with the Calypso then?
The Calypso is a melee unit for the most part. But unlike Cephadu, there's no artificial appendages that make the particular attack more effective. And so what you have is an extended range melee attack, because the trident's longer. So you can actually melee attack up to a card away, which is where her back off ability becomes valuable, because if someone comes to melee her, she can back off and use the trident.
Yep.
But really the trident is to extend the range or even extend the effect around the corner or around cover of the lightning thrower that the heavy has. If they're hiding behind a corner, most of the time you can't hit them because you don't have line of sight. You throw the trident out there, trident can get shot, and it'll bounce the lightning around the corner. And then finally, the siren song is truly a wonder to behold. If someone comes into short range, it just lights them up, and it can. If it's one person, it'll kill them. If it's multiple people, they'll have damage on them, and it's a really low target number kind of situation. So very strong unit.
Yeah. Yeah, again, focusing on this sort of short to medium range effect. So, but I suppose it's almost like once you get within that range, though, you can do damage to them, or go, stay away as far away as you can and shoot. Yeah.